Hello, everyone.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Welcome back to ForWhy.
ForWhy.
You got to join in the harmonies, Freddie.
I have to sing.
Should we start again?
Okay,
Let's do that
I'm
again.
sorry.
Okay,
I didn't get that memo.
okay. It's just welcome back to ForWhy.
ForWhy.
Come through, vocals.
Freddie is back.
Welcome back, Freddie, guys.
You're your first, second guest. Like,
Of our
Okay.
show.
Yeah.
I'm the only one who made it back.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You was a real one.
The pleasure is all yours.
Oh my God.
It is indeed. So how's everybody been? It's okay.
I feel like my brain is a little bit fried from my assignments that we all had to do.
Yeah.
But we're here.
We are here somewhat.
We move.
I'm dead inside, but it's okay.
4,000 words. Yeah.
Yeah,
Walk in
shout
the
out to you,
park.
y'all. So today we're talking about, I don't even know how to formulate this.
I don't know, girl.
Basically, right. I throughout my life, my mother has tried to put me off sex. And not even a way that you would like rape or any sexual assault, just in general, like sex is bad, you'll get pregnant and you'll die. Her words.
Mean girls.
Buff
yeah.
bars.
I mean, vibes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to know if this was familiar to you guys, because
With sex.
yeah, like how did you grow up with your parents teaching you about sex and your sexuality? Like, just how was that explored? Because my mum is just literally like, no, you will not do this ever until you're like 35 or you'll have kids. If you do before that, then you're dead. You'll die. You'll
I
bleed to
think
death.
mine was more like, I feel like some part of, like I've had two boyfriends now, like two long-term boyfriends, and some part of my mom still has the belief that I do not have sex. Like, you know what I mean? My
Yeah.
stepdad will make jokes like, "Ooh, be quiet tonight, hee hee," and like super uncomfortable for everyone.
Yeah.
And my mom would be like, "Stop saying that." And I'm like,
Oh,
this
that's
is too
so
much. And I'm like, Craig, let's go.
Yeah.
They said it in Luxembourgish. Craig didn't understand the word that was said. I'm just like, let's go.
Let's go. Let's leave.
Yeah, I think, no, but growing up, my mom at least was, I don't think we talked about it much. She's like, she's not like your mom. She's conservative, but not like, I feel like your mom is like, I was allowed to have boyfriends.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But she was always like, yeah, Shania had a boyfriend for like, well,
2 years.
in secret.
Yeah.
In secret.
Yes, sir.
I wouldn't know how to do that. I would just tell everyone instantly.
I met her at uni when she was 18, and she was like, yeah, my mom doesn't know I have a boyfriend. I was like, but you're 18, like from my
Yeah.
background,
It's
being
like
18, you do
insane.
whatever you want. So I was like, what do you mean? You need to hide your boyfriend.
Like, I would love to say it's a cultural thing, but it's not. It's just my mum. Like, it is just my mother. Yeah, so I was never allowed to have a boyfriend until I was 35. Plus, I've had older brothers, like I told you. 3 older brothers. And then I've had...
Very protected surroundings.
very protective. And then I'm the youngest out of like my nan's grandkids. So everyone's been like, oh, you're the baby. Like, don't do certain shit. Don't, you know. And and I'm just not comfortable bringing anyone around my family. Because my family are crazy. 1, 2, we're very close. So it's like, and I've seen my brothers and my cousins bring females in and they just disappear after like a year.
Females.
Yeah,
Females. The females. Women.
So degrading.
What, females?
Yeah.
Is it? I never get that. When girls have an issue with that, I'm like, why? I
just say
it's
women.
This just depends on the way that you say it.
I don't know, it just makes you sound like one of those
What, the men?
incels online. They always say, the females.
The females. I just said females because women didn't come in my head at that point when I was talking. But yeah, women. Women.
Don't come for Shania, she didn't mean it in that way.
Women would come.
So do you have
come
any
go.
sisters?
No, I am the only
Okay.
girl.
Do you think that has something to do with it?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And like,
Was your mom like that with your brothers, or is she just like that with you?
no, just like that with me.
Yeah.
My brothers are whores. They are the biggest. No offense. They're biggest hoes.
Whores get paid. They're just sluts.
They're just sluts. Yeah, so they are sluts. Then that's a good. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna use that.
Oh my God. But yeah, I feel like there's something about that where in society in general, it's like, guys, you can just fuck the whole world, whatever. I like no one cares. And then
That's 'cause I don't get
women are
pregnant.
like, how dare you sleep with more than 2 men in your life?
Yeah, that is like I've seen girls on TikTok be like, "Oh, babes, it doesn't matter what your body count is, just always say 3." And it's like, why do you have to lie? Like,
I mean, if you get out there and get around, like,
yeah, like what?
good for you.
Good for you.
Live your life.
I noticed there's this great analogy I saw, and it was a key that can open many locks
Yeah,
is a master key,
yeah,
but a lock that can be opened by every key is a shitty lock.
yeah. That's definitely the vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, not that I agree with that, but that's kind of
Yeah, no, for
strange
sure.
how, it follows that kind of. In
I think it's also
society.
because women are the ones that end up pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
But I also saw that one where it's like a man can impregnate a woman like every day of his life.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if a woman is pregnant, then you can't get it. Like you can't, for those 9 months,
9
you
months,
can't
yeah.
get pregnant anymore.
Because men just be like, just busting, just raw in holes.
5 a.m.
Dude, and it's disgusting.
Yeah. But then obviously you and me are straight
Women.
women. So
Yeah, and we have a different perspective. How would you describe your sexuality?
Yeah, because it's well, I'm gay. I'm gay. Hell.
You say that like that.
But I too had 3 older brothers.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And they're all straight. So it's a different conversation, isn't it? Because I'm not a girl, but I almost feel like I kind of play that role in the family sometimes.
Okay.
I like to say I'm the daughter that my mum never got.
oh my God.
And we love that. We play into that, but I wouldn't identify as trans. However, it was difficult growing up because with my brothers, obviously they were, sex is normal. You don't really talk about it. Or my brother would have girlfriends over, and they're obviously having sex, and it's like fine. And with me, I would never bring a boy home ever.
Is that just because of them being like, or just in your comfortability? You're just like,
In my
no.
comfortability.
Fair.
When, if I can ask, when did you come out to your family? Or was it like
They always knew.
Okay, so it was like kind of like
Your face.
Well, like,
no, it's like it happens with some like with our generation. There's more gay people where that happens, right? Where it's like
I didn't want to. I kind of knew they knew. I knew.
Yeah.
And it got to a point where it was like the elephant in the room.
Everyone knew, but no one talked about it.
Yeah, and then because I wasn't comfortable with it, and I didn't want to go downstairs one night and be like, Mum, Dad, water is wet.
No, that was going to be my
know.
next question. What do you think about like coming out culture? Do you think it's just been...
I didn't have to come out.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of how it should be.
For sure.
Eventually, I went to a party and I was pre-drinking upstairs before this party. Lamborghini, 1.5 litres.
Oh my God.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
As you
And
should.
then my mum was giving me a lift to the party. And so when I came downstairs for the lift, she kind of knew.
That you were tipsy.
She knew I was tipsy.
Okay.
So she was like, "This is the time." And she was like, and we were talking about my brother and his girlfriends, and
Oh, moms have a way of doing
And
that.
Mum was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, so who do you fancy at the
Oh my God.
minute?" And I was like, "Oh, he's one of my English house. He's really nice." Yeah, so that's how I came out, but Mum was like, Mum was like, "You knew I knew."
It's more like
right? And I was
confirming.
yeah, we all knew I knew. And I also remember a distinct moment where my my dad at the dinner table once asked, "So, Freddie, do you have any girlfriends yet?" And I'm like, "No." And Mum so the next time we have dinner, Dad's like, "So, Freddie, have you found any partners yet?"
Oh, that's sweet.
Like, he's really trying to include me in the conversation, but
Bless him.
but ultimately it was a conversation I didn't even want to have.
Yeah.
Not because I didn't want. No, I didn't want to share that with them. I wasn't comfortable in myself.
Yeah.
And I still never had a boyfriend, which is fine.
It is fine.
It is
You
fine.
like, yeah.
So you only had like hookups and stuff, like flings. Can I call them flings?
I've had flings.
Yeah.
Flings.
Flings.
I've had one night stands. I've had my fair share of that. Because once you move to the big city, I moved to Cardiff, but I moved
The big
to
city in Wales.
compared to Devon, it was like the big city.
yeah.
And you kind of realise you don't live with your parents anymore. You can kind of, and then you kind of had one kind of bad sort of breakup, and that kind of unleashed this monster.
Wild side.
It was bad.
Freddie's wild side.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
No, I wasn't well.
But what do you? I
fair.
think it's like super interesting because the gay hookup culture is like something. For example, not to bring it back to Drag Race, but like the winner of Drag Race UK this year.
Yeah.
They are super young. They're 19.
Crystal
And-
Versace.
Yeah.
They were talking about how they're in the drag scene and they're out and about and everything, but they haven't had sex, and that's like something that's like weird, I guess, in that culture. Is that something you like felt, that pressure?
It is a little bit, but also I know quite a few gay people who it's very difficult to have sex. I would argue it's more difficult to have sex as a gay person than it is as a straight person.
Yeah.
Purely because of biology, but also like most kids in high school or whatever, they're exploring their sexuality at 16, 17.
Yeah.
You've got a bigger pool of people, and it's also more acceptable to bring, say, a girl home. Whereas if I brought a boy home, it's less acceptable.
Yeah.
You don't want to bring that into the home, especially at 16, 17. You're not confident enough to do that. Unless
It almost seems like not the normal thing to do.
Yeah.
Which is sad, but
yeah. But if they were my boyfriend,
Yeah.
then I think it would be allowed.
Yeah.
But I wasn't at that stage with anyone. So it's normally gay people end up having sex, kind of, it tends to be more outdoors or in a car or something. Which is not the one.
It's not nice,
It's not the one for me. Yeah.
It's just not nice.
Yeah. So it's kind of difficult to.
When you say like to bring people home, I've always been friends with boys and girls my whole life, and I got really annoyed when my mom was like, I had like a sleepover, and I was like 15, and I just wanted to invite boys, and we had a guest bedroom, like we could have slept like we slept in two, and my mom was just like, I don't want boys sleeping here, and I was like, but what if I was lesbian?
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
it's just like, why it was that annoyed me. That was something that always annoyed me like a lot. I'm like, just because I bring someone of the sex I'm attracted to home doesn't mean I'm gonna like take off my trousers.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I get you.
That was always super annoying to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I never was allowed to sleep over people's house. It was never really a thing.
Moms are always so scared you end up pregnant. Like, they're like so worried.
My mum, I don't know what she thinks, because she does this thing now where she like insinuates that I haven't had sex, but like tries to make me feel bad about it if I have.
Wait. Oh, okay.
Like, so she's like, what did she say? What happened? So sometimes I will just like walk into her room in my underwear, because my mum
who cares?
slept in the same bed, like bathed together. I don't give a shit. You see my body, it's beautiful. Accept it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I walk in like that, and she'll be like, "Oh, you look gross," but then she'll be like, "Did your boyfriend like you looking like that?" And I'm like, "Yes." Yes, he did. yes, he did, ma'am.
I'm so confused.
And she was like, "Well, see, you're not a virgin anymore. You've lost your flower, Jane." That's her go-to.
Oh my
Protect your flower, Jane.
But that's made up. It's like virginity is a construct.
Yeah.
Because I did gymnastics, my what do you call it? The hymen probably broke way before I had sex. And if we were still in the Middle Ages, they would be like, "You whore."
They would have, they would have drowned you. In the river.
They would be like, "No,
you need to be burnt."
Yeah, bye.
In some cultures where they have like the sheets.
Oh yeah,
to show that she was pure, and they like parade it. It's just insane to me. But I think I broke my hymen when I fell like I was stupid. I was like walking on like a wall, like kind of fence thing.
Oh, when you...
And I slipped. And yeah. And I was like, oh my God, I'm dying. I'm going to die. I'm never going to be able to have kids. I was like, this is the worst shit ever. But mother, if you do hear this podcast...
Does she listen all the time?
I asked her if she listens. She was like, I only listen to the snippets. I was like, you up. How dare you?
I don't want my mom to listen. She can't know all of this. I'm like, oh my God.
Like, have I overshared already?
No. I'm about to overshare.
Strangers hearing this? I don't mind.
No, nothing I've said is like... something I wouldn't tell my friends anyway, so...
Fair.
Yeah.
Well,
We good, anyway.
Yeah.
I overshare all the time. I'm like, whatever.
Me too.
I don't care.
When we were doing the mental health podcast,
we were depressed.
Suicidal. We self-harm.
I got so many messages after. They were like, I'm so sorry, I didn't know you weren't okay. And I was like, it's okay, we were like 16. Like, it's fine.
Oh my God, did you? Your friends are good. My friends were just like, oh, it was a good episode. I was like, can you just tell? Like, can you read me? Anyway, so Mum, if you're listening, I apologise. Any family members listening, I apologise. I am not a virgin. That is my...
Did you feel pressure then to lose your virginity?
So when I was younger, because of my mother, so she would be like, oh, when you first see a penis, my head's gonna pop out and you're gonna think, shit like that. She's like, men's penis tastes like shit. They don't taste like chocolate like you think. And I was like, nobody thought it tastes like chocolate.
You had that conversation with your mom?
My mom, listen, my mom just says things. She would just come out and say, we were in fucking, I don't even know, we was in like a Croydon superstore, right? I just randomly...
Picking up some oranges, just like, by the way.
No, we were in a supermarket. We was like, buy some pots and pans. And me and my cousin were there. And then she was just like, yeah, they don't taste like chocolate, so don't ever lick a man's penis. Like, in the middle of the shop floor.
It's 11 a.m.
Literally. It's like with my nan in the wheelchair. She's insane. I love her to bits.
I love your mom, though.
The best person.
She's so sweet.
When it comes to sex, she is like, no.
My mom is not like that. My mom would never say, she would never say anything vulgar,
my mom is super with my nieces and nephews.
Oh no, they're so
that are like little. Please. She is so vulgar. She's like, you need to go wash your penis. It smells. To like a 7-year-old, and I'm like, girl, this is.
Well, it's good to get it in early.
Yeah, it's good hygiene.
It is, but she does too much. She's the funniest person. So like,
see, I had those conversations with my friends, not with my mom.
Oh no, but I didn't engage. I was just like, okay, like, mum, okay.
Okay, so you got that from your mom. What about your friends and surround, about people your age?
So like my friends, the ones that I were close to growing up, never really had sex. None of us had sex. So we've always been the awkward quirky friend group that never really got boys, so it was fine. Never really got boys. It was fine. It was fine. It was character building. That's why I'm humble to this day. But so that didn't happen. But in year 7, there was people who had sex tapes and shit. At age 11.
But it didn't make you feel I'm did you ever feel like you were 16? You were like, oh, I should have.
No, so this is what I'm saying. So with my mum being vulgar, and then growing up seeing my aunties and my mum be single parents, I set boundaries for myself. So I said, if I was ever to be in a relationship with someone, I would need to be in a free air relationship. They need to love me and I love them, and I have to trust them completely, and I have to be confident in my body, because I've always struggled with that. I set terms and conditions with myself, which was so dumb at such a young age. And
I think it was good.
Kind of, but also when I wanted
it's good to
have
high
sex,
standards when you're young.
100%. I didn't want to just be I never thought sex was a bad thing, because we spoke about it, growing up reading fiction literature, you'd have a vast imagination, right?
Love Wattpad.
Loved it. All that fanfic.
Do you know what it is?
That's I saw that Paramount are gonna start making
Wattpad. Yeah, you know the After series, the movies.
No.
After, even 50 Shades of Grey. Is a fan fiction. After the
Twilight.
books and the movies are One Direction fan fiction.
Yeah.
And now they're big movies.
I saw there was a Josh Hutcherson on an island Wattpad.
Oh yeah.
That
I like Wattpad
someone was like,
was.
Paramount, do your thing.
You know, the boys in my class, they were always like, you girls, do you watch porn? And we were like, no. But in the back of my mind, we were all like, but we read it.
Did you not watch porn? Sorry, that's an off-topic question.
No, the reading. So I had Tumblr.
Yeah.
So for those, I got it like when I was 13 or something. So for those who don't know, Tumblr is like basically half a porn site, half a cool social media website. So sometimes there would just be like snippets of gay porn or lesbian porn, like all of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, oh. And some of them would have sound, and I would just be put off by the sound, I think.
Oh,
and
why
then
would they have sound?
What would the sound be like?
Yeah.
What, like their sounds were making, like they're moaning or something, and I was always like, this is not attractive. Like I was like in my teen years, like I was like, this is awkward.
I
was
What do
like,
you think it's gonna sound like?
I don't know,
The
but then
Twilight
I
soundtrack just
read,
plays.
but then the things I read were better
Yeah, because
and less awkward because I could make it up in like you could read it in your
Yeah,
mind and
yeah. Like
so
your
I was
own
like, this is
narration
better.
voice.
It was a bit hard, like doing everything, like reading it, but it's okay. We got there.
I only started. What was you gonna say?
No, I got what you meant.
Thank you.
Oh.
But yeah, I never got into porn. No.
I started watching porn at what? I think a very old age. I think like 20. Maybe. Like just to see what it was.
Can I just
for
say-
bands? And then I was like, oh.
But porn for straight people is not like. I always found gay porn better. I have to say.
Oh, I watched lesbian porn.
A lot
Or
of
lesbian,
women
yeah.
watch gay
Like
porn, yeah.
non-straight porn.
Because
I
it's
do not.
awful.
Yeah, I do not get off at seeing like an up close image
Oh,
of
a
someone
man's
sucking a dick. Like,
yeah, I don't know. It's just not for me.
It's not for me.
Personally.
Now we're oversharing. Freddie's like quiet. He's like, I
Yeah,
do
like,
not need.
what's porn?
What is that?
I used to read fan fictions when I was specifically
fan
Hunger
fiction?
Games.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Which one? What
No,
pairings?
So embarrassing.
I'm
so
so,
it was
intrigued.
Peter
Yeah.
and Kato.
Oh, interesting.
It was bad. And I actually wrote a letter to Alexander Ludwig when he was in the Hunger Games.
He is
saying I
so
was in love with
attractive.
him.
He is super
And,
attractive.
and then he wrote back. Well, he didn't write back. He sent back a signed photo of him.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I thought you like just wrote it and like put it away or something.
No,
Not
I
actually
sent
like
it
send
to him.
it.
Like, please.
Please, Mary B.
Please notice
validate
me. And he did.
He did.
He did.
That
I'm pretty-
never happened to
I'm
me.
pretty sure it's his mum who like does it.
That's sweet.
I
though.
think that she just receives it and like sends it back like a signed photo.
That's.
But that's still cool, though.
Yeah.
That never happened to me with One Direction.
Did you send that?
No, they're too popular.
No.
Yeah.
I just mean, I like, you were like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna marry them or whatever.
Yeah.
I was thinking. No, actually, I thought two of them were gay. So
Same.
Which
Yeah.
ones?
Harry and Louis, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously.
I thought people thought Niall were gay.
No.
Which I think people thought that everyone. all
Yeah.
were, really.
Well,
Well, girls,
Zayn
but,
was all
yeah.
nice. I was
No,
like,
Zayn,
Zayn
yeah.
is-
Zayn is just
Like-
a woman beater now.
Yeah. Oh. I know.
What? It's true. That's just so disappointing.
Caught me all the way off guard.
Was this Gigi's
Truly.
mum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yolanda Hadid.
I read about that.
Do you know what's funny?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, Shania, you're the one who says wild shit on this podcast. And not today. I love this energy. Come through.
I don't know. I'm just so disappointed in him. I'm
was
like,
thinking-
why?
I never had faith in him anyway. I didn't like One Direction, but like,
Yeah.
I never had faith in him anyway. He looked like a dickhead. Like,
He looked like a hot bad guy, like
Zayn.
baddie. To me, he did. Okay,
Yeah. I mean, to a 14-year-old girl. Yeah.
it's like baddie. Crushes?
appreciate.
Oh, Liam Payne.
No, he was my least favorite.
Oh, yeah.
No, I feel you. Like, out of all of them, he was.
He's very sexy.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. Because I didn't like them anyway. But like, out of all of them, Harry now. because he glued up to me.
Harry is just so confident in himself, so that makes him super attractive.
Just Harry in Eternals was.
I died.
What he was in Eternals?
Yeah,
Well,
he's
the
not in
end
Marvel.
credit scene. He's not actually
okay.
in the movie, but the end credit scene.
Oh,
I
is he
died.
playing himself?
No,
No.
he's playing
Thanos' brother,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's called
I forgot.
Amo? No.
Harry.
Yeah.
Eros. He's called Eros. Yeah. He's the like titan of love or something.
But he's not purple. Don't worry.
And
He
his
actually is
his
unknown.
superpower is making people be attracted to him. And I was like, that's a bit rapey, but okay, go off.
No, that's what Harry does,
Yeah.
isn't it? That's always
guess.
been his superpower.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't even like him particularly, but
Yeah.
like, you can't deny the power.
The power.
I wouldn't sleep with him. Your face.
I have, my type is very particular now.
I know.
My type is half Chinese, half English, and they're called Craig.
Oh, that's
yeah.
very sweet. So I used to fancy members of Korean pop boy bands.
Oh.
Oh, I never
Siwon
did
Choi,
that.
specifically from Super Junior.
Love that.
Yeah, it was bad. I was down bad. And Minho from SHINee.
Oh, SHINee used to be so big when we were like 12, 13.
Yeah.
And then it
Tumblr.
kind of like disappeared. And now it's BTS.
There's been like, I'd say like even like 10 bands
Yeah.
between. Like suddenly BTS were the ones.
Yeah.
But before SHINee it was Super Junior. And there's like Girls' Generation.
Yeah, Girls'
Generation was
Generation
my
used to be big.
shit.
That was, yeah, the blueprint.
The blueprint.
No, literally, they were
the
my
one
shit.
that-
I was like, why is there 10 girls in one band?
The Wonder Girls did this song with Usher in like 2010 or something.
I love that.
Yeah.
Usher was before his time.
Yeah, they paved the way. And they Gangnam Style hit. And, yeah.
What were we talking about before music? Oh, yeah, the pressure with
Pressure.
like losing
Yeah.
virginity.
So,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, back to what I was saying. So I got into a relationship and it took me 2 years to be able to have sex, not by choice. So I have...
How old were you, if I can ask?
You can ask. And I got in a relationship when I was 17, so 19.
When you were in uni?
Yeah. So I have vaginismus. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly.
Oh, where, yeah.
Vaginitis.
Yeah.
Mhm. So it's a for those who don't know, it's a psychological thing that women get where they if you try to penetrate them, they squeeze
Tighten up, yeah.
They tighten up. So it's literally
Painful, yeah.
So painful that you can't sometimes be penetrated at all. And most often, what happened with me was that my vagina will literally push out the penis.
Yeah, it rejects it.
It's literally
yeah.
like,
Completely.
fuck these men.
Yeah, it's like no. So I was like, as I put that pressure on myself, and then when I told my mum I was in a relationship, we tried because it was like, some pressure's off me,
Yeah.
like I can breathe. We tried. It kind of worked, but not really. And then it took quite a while to keep trying, but it was
I guess
me
till you
being
were
in my head.
comfortable enough, yeah.
Yeah, but I was like, because he was my boyfriend for 2 years, and then I known him for 10 years. Well, now I know him for 10 years. I was 13 when I met him and became really close with him. So I was the most comfortable with him, trusted him with my whole life. He was my bestest friend. So it was just like, why wasn't it working? Because it was like, we ticked every box. Like, he loved me, I loved him, I trusted him. At that point, he made me feel sexy. So I felt comfortable enough in my body to do that with someone and not feel used or anything like that, or feel judged afterwards if they saw me completely naked, because he's seen my body over the years. So it was like, I've ticked every box apart from the 3 years thing, but I've ticked every box.
Yeah.
So it's like, why was this not working? There was just too much pressure on myself.
Yeah, you put pressure on yourself.
Yeah. So that was fun. And then life.
Do you guys feel like there has to be this special moment, like to lose your virginity? You know, like the movie romantic vibe.
I thought so. And
Did
then
you
it
want
didn't
that for
happen.
yourself?
I did.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen. So.
Do you
I feel
mind
like
if I
that's how
ask
it goes, though.
So do you know about Grindr?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like Tinder, but it's like instant. You just see the profiles and it's like bam. So I was 16 and I just started going out clubbing with not a fake ID, it was my friend's ID who was 18. I just started going out clubbing, and I went on Grindr and I met this guy who I was very, very naive. I thought meet at the bar was a date. and it wasn't. It was like me at the bar. They like plied me with alcohol.
Oh my God.
And then this other guy came up as well, and then there was 2 of them.
That's very intense.
I was like, but I don't blame them, because I was very trying to be more mature than I actually was. So I was like, I'm fine, you know, I'm super comfortable, like, because I was very, very drunk, and I was like, yeah, I can do this. And then we went back to one of their houses, and I cried halfway through getting Eiffel Towered.
Oh my God.
The imagery you just put in my head.
Yeah. And they were like,
but also traumatic, right?
They were like, oh, so then we're on the sofa, and obviously these boys are like incapable of
emotion.
Yeah. So they're like, and comfort. They're just like, one's got like one arm around me, like looking at the other, like, get me the fuck out of here. I'm like crying, and they're like, oh, you should have said you were a virgin. We would have gone easier on you.
Oh wow,
like, what?
that is so kind of you.
Jesus
Thank you.
Christ, like
The fuck.
What an experience.
Yeah, and then one of them left, and then the one whose house it wasn't left, and I stayed in the bed, and then he drove me home.
That.
Do you like regret that, or just like it happened and like?
I don't regret it.
Yeah.
It taught me a valuable lesson.
We love looking back on things in a positive light. That's what I am.
I actually, 5 years later, I actually went back and I slept with him again.
Oh.
The guy whose house I stayed at, because this was in Torquay, obviously. And that felt really good. That felt very empowering, because when I was 16,
Did he remember
I don't
you?
think I had yeah. I don't know if he remembers the entire, like...
Yeah, evening, but...
me crying thing, 'cause
Yeah.
that's not sexy. But it was good, because I felt like I regained some control of that situation.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because 16, I wasn't able to handle it. 21, it was like an improvement. I enjoyed it.
That's
You're reclaiming
We love
it.
that for you.
Yeah.
And I don't regret,
100%. Did you have a positive... Did it deter you from sex from that
yes,
moment?
because there's the one thing that gay people deal with is the constant threat of HIV.
Yeah.
Especially when you're young. You don't know.
Yeah.
They just tell you, they drill it into your head that, like, if you have unprotected sex, you will get HIV. So I went to the doctors, and I cried at the doctors as well. I'm very emotional as a person. And she was like, why are you crying? She was like, you don't need to worry this much. You've had sex once. Yes, it was unprotected, but the odds of, like, it transmitting is, even if they were to be positive, the odds of transmitting it is still pretty low. You'd have to be very, very unlucky for this one time. But obviously I was hyper emotional because it was my first time.
Yeah, it was everything at once.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it did deter me, actually, because there was, when I then was going to Cardiff and I was having quite a lot of sex, it was this constant, these trips to the sexual health clinic over and over and over again. And then I gave one person an STD, and I've not really, like, got over that. That was really, because they treated me like crap afterwards.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't mean to.
Yeah, it wasn't like you purposely
I was honest
went
with
up.
him.
Yeah.
Like, I said, look, I've got this. I think you
might as well, yeah.
And bearing in mind, the person who gave it to me didn't tell me.
Yeah.
I had to find out for myself.
Yeah.
See,
and if you wouldn't have gone, then...
If I hadn't gone to the clinic, and I would have...
So actually you did a good thing at the end, because...
Yeah, I know I did, but he made me feel so bad about it that I still...
Yeah, it's like paranoia.
I do regret that, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
But
I mean, but what you did was consensual, so whatever happened was like, it could happen, you know? So it's like, so for them to then put that on you like that 100% is horrible and unfair.
It also, like, leads to me being, like, extremely honest now about, like, kind of my sexual partners, whereas before I was really ashamed, whereas now I'm like, I'm not taking any risk. Look, I slept with someone then, you know, I haven't been tested yet, or I'm waiting for results or something before I do anything with a partner now. But I'm also not having sex frequently at the moment, so.
Protect your energy.
There's also something like with teenage boys, or I guess men in general, where they're like, I don't want to use a condom because it feels
It doesn't feel
good. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, but then my first boyfriend was the exact opposite. I was on the pill and he was like, we're still using condoms. Like he was like, we're doubling up. And that was annoying me as well. I was like, what? Like that was annoying me. I was like, why are we doing so much? I was like, why am I on hormonal treatment if you're putting a condom on? Like, you know what I mean? And that annoyed me as well.
But then the trick is, if they say it's like, oh, my penis is too big, that's the classic. It's too big for it doesn't fit. A, you can get XL condoms, but also a condom can fit over your head.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, and the men that I've slept with who use condoms, they don't complain about it.
Yeah.
You know, that's the best. Well, they just use one. Like, easy. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
It shouldn't ever be a problem. If they complain about a condom, they're not worth it.
They're not mature enough anyway to be having
at all.
sex with you.
At all. But what movie scene did you have in your head for sex? No, because everybody has it.
Brokeback Mountain.
I'm a romantic person, but I'm not like, I don't like the typical, like if my boyfriend now would like put rose petals and stuff to the bedroom, I would puke. I would be like, fine.
Oh my God, I would run that so bad.
I know, but I'm like, I want romance, but catered to me. Not as like...
What's your catered romance?
You're not a cliche.
What's your catered romance?
I don't know, for example, I like tulips. I would never want roses.
I thought you was talking about flowers in general. You're so specific.
Oh no, I'm super specific. Hello, do you know me?
I know, but
So
like,
you didn't have a problem with the petals?
No, I feel like
not
roses.
I like when someone cook, like for example, if like there's a cooked dinner with like candles, like I would like that.
Okay.
It's just the like, when I see rose petals to the bed, it makes me, or like little like candles to that makes me cringe. I'm like, this is...
Do you know why I want it? Like, I don't think I want it like because it's cute. I think I'd want it because everybody else can get it, and I'm thoroughly waiting for that to happen to me. Like, how dare you that this hasn't happened to me? Yes,
just
that and
romance period.
Period. But that and just like in general, like just that kind of that feeling, like to be, you know, rude.
But I don't think I had one movie scene that I was like. You know, I
mean, like the one that you played in your head when you were younger.
No, but like, I watched a movie when I was like, before I had sex. It was called The First Time with Dylan O'Brien because I was obsessed with him. Yeah. And it's basically...
Is he from the Maze Runner?
Yeah. And
Teen Wolf. She said was. Girl, why you lying? But
it was basically not romanticizing The First Time. So I think I had a really good idea in my hand. Yeah.
See, I never romanticized it, but I thought like for sure. I don't know. I thought it was like you'd make love, you know, like it was like very emotionally intense.
The first time is not like that,
and like just very passionate, and you like not that you knew what you were doing, but like just there was just some spiritual energy that you would feel, but no, it's just awkwardness and vibes.
Yeah, it was so awkward that it was like 2 minutes, and then I felt so awkward that I started laughing because I'm a laugher when things are awkward.
I did that too.
And then he wasn't hard anymore because I laughed. Like, so that was like.
I've done that. Yeah.
So it was like literally 5 minutes.
During sex.
And I was like, great.
No, I did an impression of Sarah Alto from once.
No.
And I felt him like go soft inside me. I was like,
You were like,
I was like, I'm sorry.
this is me. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was like. I was like, yeah, of course I'm someone that loves like the first time they have sex. I was like, yeah, makes sense to me.
You know, I love
it's silly. It's supposed to be silly. And
it's not meant to be this.
It's one of the strangest things ever. Sometimes when I watch porn, I'm like watching it, and you suddenly have a moment of clarity, like, what the fuck am I watching? Why am I like erect?
Have you done that? Well, you done it pre-nut, not post-nut.
Post-nut clarity. Post-nut clarity is the worst.
I sometimes get like pre-nut clarity whilst I'm having sex with someone.
Oh, I hate that. When you're like,
why am I doing that?
You know when you're having something more than vanilla sex, and then you're suddenly like...
You get conscious.
You're like, I'm such a whore.
I am disgusting.
You're like, I need to join, like, I need to become a nun. I need to join clergy. Like, I need to like live a completely different life.
Get your back broken in the way
Oh
you
my
like.
god.
That's the thing, like with post vanilla. This is what happens when you write a 4,000 word essay. The podcast, you're like, post vanilla. When you're doing something that's a bit
Freaky
more than
deaky.
vanilla, yeah, freaky deaky.
No.
I feel that's where the trust has to be even stronger.
Yeah.
You know,
I wouldn't do that with anybody. It would have to
No.
be with someone like,
yeah,
unless me and that person have established like
it's gonna be that.
it's gonna be
Yeah.
that, and I have time to prep. I
Yeah.
have time
We love that.
to get all the whips in order. You know.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
I'm joking.
Shania's mom, please. This is all a joke.
I've only had
Shania's never had
Yeah,
sex in her
we're
life
playing
before.
characters.
never. Yeah, never.
Yeah, we are playing characters.
Yeah, this is not real. This is all a facade. This is an illusion.
This is a whole project at uni.
Did you know that we lie every time we do our podcast?
Simon would so be disappointed. You have to tell the absolute truth. No dramatization.
Be authentic.
I'm bearing my soul.
Illegal. Okay.
How long have we been doing this?
42 minutes.
42 minutes. That's a good time.
Anyway, guys, you're welcome for all this information you didn't want to know about us.
Yeah, I'm scared of this one. Yeah.
I feel like it's going to do well.
You should listen back to it and live tweet it.
Yeah. I saw this tweet that said you can overshare and still remain mysterious because
Yeah.
people will be thinking, why the fuck did they say that? Like, what is wrong with them? Who hurt them?
When I told my friend I was doing a podcast from home, she was like, and you don't care that people like know these things about you now? And I was like, no. I was like,
That's the
no.
thing, we're like 40 minutes in. I mean, if somebody is specifically listening 40 minutes in,
Yeah.
I think they deserve to know,
To know my personal life. Yeah.
They deserve to know about our post, not clarity. Yeah. You're welcome.
No, that's actually the worst though, because I've been watching some shit, and then you're like, oh, I'm finished. And you're like, oh, what? Why did I do that? I feel like a man, like as a heterosexual man. Like, oh my god, I've just objectified these women for like 20 minutes.
Are you
Like,
talking about watching lesbian porn?
yeah, because that's the only porn I watch.
But
and I'm
some
like,
lesbian
Really?
porn is
Yeah.
made for men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to find the one that's made for women.
because
Yeah.
like you said, every time I watch straight porn, I'm like,
Ew.
yeah,
Yeah.
because the man is so like tries to be overly toxic,
And they're never
masculine
attractive to
energy,
me.
and they're not
Like, whatever-
attractive
yeah,
people,
no.
and it's just like, ugh, and they're like, ugh, I don't want to see your dick. I don't want to see your dick. I don't know what it is. I just don't
Also,
want
when
to see
they're
your
like
dick.
huge, I'm scared. Like
Yeah.
when they're like huge,
Yeah,
I'm
mean-
like this poor woman.
like not even just leg girth.
Yeah, I'm like I'm
It
concerned.
should not exist.
So I was in church the other day, and I was thinking, wouldn't it be great if Julian Chanel were there?
I was listening to gospel music at like 3 a.m.
Jesus,
today.
take the wheel.
No, deadass. I was actually listening to gospel music at work on my night shift.
Yeah.
Like,
It's not working, is it?
Oh my god.
I said that to my friend because I was like, girl, I need some dick. Sorry. I was like, girl, I'm tired of
Okay,
the celibate
okay.
life. No, let me land. I'm tired of the celibate life. I can't do it.
Speak.
Like going from a relationship when you have that constantly
yeah.
to like then nothing.
That's really difficult.
It's like, oh my god, what the fuck? Like, oh my god. So I was like, girl, I need some dick. And then she was like, you're listening to God. Like, you're listening to Jesus music right now. And I was like, yes, I am.
And Jesus would want you
And
to have
Jesus
something.
He would want me to have
Yeah.
some dick. I need it in my. That's why I'm so aggy all the time.
Yeah, love
Like
your
that's
neighbour.
why. Yeah, I need
Love
to be,
thy neighbor.
I need to be blessed, highly.
Yeah, the camera turned off, so it's all sound now. So sorry.
Oh, sorry guys. You don't need to see my face talking about this anyway. Probably gonna cut it out. Anyway,
Anyway, love you guys.
Yeah, maybe we
you
should-
guys
yeah.
so
No, we're not cutting anything out.
No,
we're staying
we're not.
authentic.
Well, maybe we should.
We're real
just
in
keep
here.
this for audio. Yeah.
No.
Do you want to? Do you want us to cut your face?
No, they'll just see me
Just a
if you watch the
blush.
video, you'll just see me blushing.
I feel like the outfits today look good.
Yeah.
It's a choice. But like I said, there's no pressure to have sex at all. Please don't
Go at your
feel
own
like, because I know
time.
people, my friends, and there's other people in this world who are around our age who haven't had sex. There's no pressure.
But also, if your first time having sex was kind of not what you wanted, or like mine, or not how you expected, you know, it's about coming to terms with it and not trying not to beat yourself up for it.
Yeah, don't
Trying
take that
to-
as your whole
Yeah.
what your whole sex
Because
life will
that
be
can-
based
if you
about.
set these
Yeah.
expectations for yourself and they don't meet, you can make yourself very upset.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah. It's okay. And it takes practice. Practice makes perfect. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And don't let anyone shame you for your kinks.
Yeah.
Suck some toes. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
Thanks for listening, guys. Like and subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.